Hey. It's Terry. It's Terry, Virginia's daughter, and I'm back with another video. I know it's been a minute. I started making this video like back in the summer. It was so long, there was so much content. I just decided, you know what? I have to break this up. School started back. I'm a high school math teacher, and unlike when you end the year in a virtual environment, because it's the end of the year, when you begin a year in a virtual environment, you got all new students, at least the students that you ended the school year with, you knew them by the time the school year ended. Now you're trying to build relationships virtually, which is a little more complicated. We're forging ahead, right? We just finished our first grading period up today, as a matter of fact. So congratulations to all the students, parents, teachers, aunties, uncles, everybody, guardians that just have anything to do with kids learning virtually. It's tough. But hang in there. It gets better. But about this video, this is viewing embroideries. There's a lot of content here. I decided to break this up into two parts. This video is going to include everything except backgrounds. I mentioned backgrounds in this video, but I'm going to do a separate video on backgrounds. So stay tuned for that. One thing I will mention to you though is those people who have asked about digitizing. I know that you're excited. You can't wait to get to that. What I will say to you is, my advice and my recommendation is that you familiarize yourself to a T with the fundamentals of the program. You don't want to spend a whole lot of time learning the basics by the time you get to digitizing. You want that time saved and reserved for creativity. I just say be patient with the program, be patient with yourself, allow yourself to make mistakes, and you will master the program in no time. After all, I read the manual, so you don't have to. How about that? So let me know if you like the video. Let me know if you don't like the video. And in the meantime, in between time, and until next time, take care. So in this video, you're going to learn how to zoom in and zoom out if you don't know already. So there's a zoom slider here. You can zoom in and zoom out on your embroideries. You're going to be able to switch between the realistic 3D view, the standard 3D view, and 2D view. You're also going to be able to load and create a background, as well as view the design player and life view, where you can see your embroidery stitch out in a 3D and real world perspective. Moving on to view mode. Select 3D view, realistic 3D, or 2D view, stitch display with view mode. So you're going to be able to see the stitches in this mode. Use 3D view to see embroideries, background, and grid in standard 3D mode. Now the stitches of the embroideries in this mode have three-dimensional shading. All the editing functions are available and the selection box is shown. Use realistic 3D to view embroideries and background in 3D without selection boxes, no grid, and no hoop. You can use the zoom commands, but some editing functions are not available. Use 2D view to see the individual stitches in your embroideries as lines with no shading. To get to view mode, you can click the view button on the toolbar or choose view from the menu bar. Select view mode and select the desired mode. Stitches are automatically displayed in 2D when you select the modify window. Now you can use the grid to help align your embroideries. The apparent grid size varies depending on the size of the embroidery and the zoom level. The grid is initially set at 10mm intervals, and you can adjust its size between 2mm and 50mm using the preferences. To switch the grid on and off, choose View, Grid, and if your grid is on, it will go off, and if it's off, it will come on. You can enlarge your view of your work area by zooming in, or reduce the view by zooming out. There's also features zoom to rectangle and zoom to fit, and you can also zoom to a certain percentage. Now zoom to fit will show the hoop so that it fills the window. It doesn't matter how far you've zoomed in or zoomed out, zoom to fit will always bring you back to the default size. Click the center marker on the zoom slider, or you can even press Command 1 on your MacBook, and this will show you the embroidery at 100% real size. Now, in terms of zooming in and zooming out, there's a plus button on the toolbar that will allow you to zoom in, and there's a minus button on the toolbar that will let you zoom out. You can also use the zoom slider. If you slide to the left, you'll zoom out. If you slide to the right, you will zoom in. In Zoom to Rectangle, you can select the position and size of an area to zoom in on. You will notice that the pointer changes to a Zoom to Rectangle pointer. Drag the rectangle around the area that you want to zoom in on. In my case, it's going to be this green eye of this bingle. Release the mouse and zoom in. Zoom to Rectangle is automatically deselected once you've used it. Now, when you're in the zoom mode, you can pan to zoom around the work area. The scroll bars may only appear when you are scrolling. To always show the scroll bars, choose Apple Menu, System Preferences, General, Show Scroll Bar, and then select Always. You can drag the scroll bars or swipe with one finger on a magic mouse or 2 fingers on the trackpad to scroll in any direction. You can set percentage zoom levels for the active embroidery from 25% to 800%, with 100% being the real size of the embroidery. To use percentage zoom, click the actions on the toolbar and choose Zoom and Percentage Zoom, and then select a magnification level from the Zoom menu. Alternatively, select Zoom from the View menu. Now you want to see your embroidery with a background. You can use the background tools to load a background or create a new background using the background assistant. You'll also be able to move around the background or fade a background in and out for visibility purposes. There are a couple of ways to get to these tools. You will notice that on the toolbar you can get to the background tools as well as the menu bar. If you select View, your background tools are there as well. Let's talk about what happens when you load a previously saved background. Once you've opened Background in the Background Assistant and you're in the Choose Background page, select Load Previously Saved Background. Next, you're going to select a background type. Choose between garment, quilt block, or fabric. Click Continue. This will load the background page. Now you're going to click Select and browse to a desired folder in the background viewer. You will notice that mine is empty here. I ran into a similar situation with notes and settings. I do have the images on my MacBook, but they're just not in this viewer, so I'm not sure why that is. If you know, let me know. Now, the available folders are going to be based on the type that you selected. In other words, you will have in garments, you will have bags, hats, and so on. If you chose quilt blocks, certain quilt block folders will appear with images in them. And if you chose fabric, of course, the types of fabric you either have uploaded or that shows in your viewer will pop up at that point. So click on a background and click OK to open a background. Select Done to close the Background Assistant and load the background in the work area. As you can see here, my previously saved background happens to be a picture of a denim vest. You can see that these are highlighted now. The background visibility is active, as well as the move and rotate background. Again, if you go to the View menu, you're also going to see that previously they weren't active, but now everything having to do with the background is active at this point. So let's talk about background visibility. Use background visibility to open a pop-up menu and select one of the background visibility options. Choose from background on, background off, and fade background. The background visibility options will allow you to set visibility for the active background to a range of levels including 100%, which is fully on, and 0%, which is fully off. Move and rotate a background. You use Move and Rotate a background to move the background that you've placed behind your embroideries. The mouse pointer is going to change to a 4-headed arrow. Click the Move Background button on the toolbar to move the background. Drag the garment or fabric background around the hoop or project area. When the background is in the desired location, Control-click or right-click to deselect the function. So I love those bangles there, but there's way too many for that little space on the back of that vest. And of course I had to put some words in about the Cincinnati Bengals. Not my favorite NFL team, but guess what? I'm in the great state of Ohio, so there you have it. There is lots more information to get to about backgrounds, but I'm going to break right here and talk about life view and then return to backgrounds because I don't want you to miss anything about backgrounds and you don't want to either. Life view will show you your design with no grid, no stitches selected, or markers displayed, and when you want to see the effects of the glow-in-the-dark and solar reactive threads. In the life viewer, any background garment, quilt block, or fabric is shown together with applique if present. Decorations are shown, but their placement stitches are not. To select Life View, click the Life View button on the toolbar or choose View from the menu bar and select Life View. You can use the position slider to move to another part of the Life View window. Drag the cross marker in the center of the box to view the desired part of the embroidery using the zoom slider to control the magnification. You can use the rotation slider to view the stitching in the embroidery in 3D. Use the zoom and position sliders to select the part of the embroidery to view. Drag the cross marker in the center of the box to change the angle at which the embroidery is viewed and allow you to visualize the project in varying real-world views. Alternatively, you can drag directly in the embroidery preview area to show the angle of the view. Use the zoom slider to change the magnification of the embroidery. The box beside the zoom slider or the zoom bar displays the current magnification. Now when you're zoomed in, use the position slider to move around the embroidery. Dragging the slider to the right will magnify the view of your embroidery, and dragging it to the left will shrink the view. Click the marker in the center of the zoom bar, which will be 100%, to view the embroidery at a magnification as close as possible to the real setting size you chose in Premiere Plus 2 Configure. I talked about the Configure component in an earlier video, but I'm just going to remind you here because it's worth repeating again. You're going to want to be in the Appearance tab so that you'll be able to change the measurement for real size. Now what you want to do is use an on-screen ruler to adjust the settings so that your Premiere Plus 2 embroidery system can display embroideries at their real world size. So just take a ruler, hold it up against the screen, and measure the number of millimeters that correspond to the length on the ruler. You can either enter this number in the box or use the arrows to change the number. You'll see the effect of the change that you make here on the zoom percentage in any of the Premiere Plus 2 embroidery system apps that are open. And of course, when you're happy with the measurement, you go ahead and close the Premiere Plus 2 Configure. You are also able to see the design information, which is always nice. Again, you have the width, the height, the number of stitches, and the number of colors in the embroidery. Now you can use the glow-in-the-dark to view the effect of using glow-in-the-dark threads. The preview darkens to simulate the lights dimming, and the glow-in-the-dark threads are shown in their luminescent colors. Now glow-in-the-dark is only available if glow-in-the-dark threads are present in the design, but you would click glow-in-the-dark to view the effect of the luminescent threads. Solar Reactive is another cool way to view your embroideries. You can use this to view the effect of photochromic threads. Now the preview is going to simulate the sun shining on the design. And the photochromic threads change shade to show the colors they become in sunlight. Now, the Solar Reactive is only available if you have photochromic threads used in the design. Use Play Demo to animate the preview and show the embroidery at different angles automatically. Click the Play Demo button to start and stop the animation. Use Play My Demo to animate the preview using your own demo. Use the menu options to add the current position as a point in the demo or reset to create a new demo. The My Demo animation is used for live view in all Premiere Plus 2 embroidery system apps. It is stored in the animation Path.txt file in the user library application support DSM software Premiere Plus 2 system folder. Now let's create our own demo. Adjust the window to the desired position and rotation. In the Play My Demo pop-up menu, choose Store Demo Point. Adjust the window again as many times as you like and store more demo points. If you feel like you've messed up and want to start again from the beginning, in the Play My Demo pop-up menu, choose Reset My Demo. To set rotation, position, and zoom back to the default settings, use the Light View Reset button. While in Light View, you are able to use Share to save or share a picture or video of your design on your favorite social media site. You're able to share over Facebook, Flickr, Twitter, and YouTube. Choose Share Picture if you want to share a picture, or Share Video to share a video. When sharing a picture, be sure to select a size for the picture, then save the picture to your computer or share it to one of 3 social media sites. Standard size is the size of the picture in the design player or live view. Use Save to save the picture to your computer in the Save As dialog. The default file name is the same as the design. The following formats may be saved: JPEG low quality, .jpg, JPEG high quality, .jpg, tagged image file format uncompressed, .tif, and portable network graphics, .png. Upload the picture to your favorite social media site. To share a video over Facebook, Flickr, or Twitter, name the video and select its size, quality, and speed. Then save it to your computer or save it over one of your favorite social media sites, one of 3. A progress bar is displayed while the video is created. The higher the image quality, the slower the speed of upload and download. The video title and the name of the creator are used on the opening frames of the video. Enter the name of the video and the name of the creator. Size refers to the size of the moving image in pixels. The higher numbers create a higher quality video. Choose from 1080p and 720p, which are both high definition, or 480p and 360p. The initial setting is 480p. Quality is the bit rate or speed of data transfer. Choose between low, medium, and high. The initial setting is medium. You're able to set the speed of the design player for the video. Choose from standard 2x, 4x, 8x, 16x, 32x, 64x, and 128x. The initial speed is 16x. Now, I don't have all of those options, but they could be somewhere in the system. I'm not sure. Oh, look, note, this option is only available for videos created from Design Player. All right, so maybe we'll look over there and see a different selection. The total duration of the video in minutes and seconds and the estimated file size in megabytes are displayed. The duration and size vary according to the size, quality, and speed of the video. For the file name, select the folder and name for the video file. Click Select to browse to a different folder on your computer. Click Start to create your video using the settings that you chose. A progress bar shows during the creation of the video with an estimate of the creation time. Click Cancel to stop the video creation. All other functions in the dialog box are dimmed, aka grayed out, during video creation. Now moving on to the design player. This is one of my favorites. Use the design player to play through the stitches in the embroidery project as if it was being stitched out from an exported embroidery. All parts of the embroidery project that are within the hoop area are shown, whether or not they are selected. The current optimized for sewing settings from Premiere Plus 2 Configure are used. All the designs in a multi-part embroidery are shown in the design player. So this is a great way to see the whole project after adjusting stitches in one of the designs. Once you get to the design player, you are going to have several options of control. Control how your design plays out by using the slider. You're also able to start or pause play. You can jump to the first stitch, jump to the last stitch, rewind, or even play at double the current speed. Now what I've noticed is that sometimes when you double or even triple click on either rewind or what I'm going to call fast forward, those double arrows going to the right, it will play at double and sometimes even triple the speed. It'll go really fast if you want it to. You're also able to see the design information, including the stitch count, the number of colors in the design, and the height and width or the dimensions of the design, which is always nice as well. And as with Live View, you're able to share a picture or video over your favorite social media site. So, I've got my homework to do. I still do not see the last two speeds, the 64 times standard and the 128 times standard, in my design player. So I've got to figure out where that is. In the meantime, I certainly hope you enjoyed this video, and more importantly, I hope you get something out of it. Don't forget, backgrounds is also part of viewing your embroideries. It's a huge part. That's why I didn't cover it in this video. I'm going to dedicate an entire video to it. I will recapture what I talked about here in terms of backgrounds and then provide some new content as well. So you don't want to miss it. Until next time, take care.